maya avirāvirmayedhi rudro yatte dakshinam mukham te namang pahi nityam te namang pahi nityam om shanti shanti shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are reading the book called Shanti Gita, the peace song. The background of it is that in the war of the Kurukshetra, Mahabharata, there Arjuna saw his son was killed on the 13th day of the war, and hearing that, and he was killed unethically, breaking all the rules of following the discipline of war. So he was so bereaved, so he didn't find any interest in fighting. In that situation, Bhagavan Krishna gave him the advice and instruction which helped him to go out of that depression. Depression is bad, but depression sometimes brings opportunity to wake up call. So then Bhagavan Krishna taught him, who are you? You are not the body-mind compound only. You are something else. And what is the relationship with all? Either you say you have every relationship with all, or you say no relationship with anyone. What is the relationship? You have no relationship with your body. When you go to sleep every night, you disconnect with your body in your awareness. What is yours? And what do you connect with outside? So, either you say it is all one absolute consciousness, absolute bliss, absolute joy, that is everywhere, and I am seeing my reflection in all of you. That means me everywhere, not this petty me, but the divine me. So, look at that. And then there is no loss, no gain. Ocean does not cry how many waves was dancing on the surface and how many waves dropped into the ocean. Ocean has any cry? No. But a ripple has a cry. Oh, I was drawing, I was dashing, I was playing, and now my friend has killed me, and I cry and weep. No. But when it merges into the ocean, where is your fear, where is your loss, where is your gain? You are that essential reality. So that was the message given by Bhagavan Krishna. And that's an eternal message for all of us. Because we go through this type of situation every day with so much suffering and pain, no? Fear and anxieties and worries. Why do you fear? I lose. What do you lose? I lose my friend. I lose myself. Why do you lose? Now, you don't lose anything. You come from the ocean, you stand on the ocean, you dance on the ocean, and you merge into the ocean. Think yourself one wave in the ocean of, say, Pacific Ocean. Think. We are few waves here. Standing on the ocean, playing on the ocean, and when you go, drown into the ocean. It is all one H2O. So this is the consciousness. So that consciousness is to be raised, that is called Vedanta. End result of the study of all wisdom is this, to know that we are not the limited body-mind complex, homogeneous thing what we see. And this is also not true. It is changing every second. I means my body. It is not. I am changing every second. But I am the unchanging reality behind the change. That which is in the time, behind that infinite time. This me. So to know that will solve the problem. But now here is the question that everything in this world comes in time. And that was we read that verse, just I am bringing to our today's discussion back. So it is that from the starting point of a split second, nanosecond, to the time of infinite time, billions and trillions and zillions of years. You can compare from there to there, everything is happening in time. And everything is changing in time. We have no control over it. We are born one time, we grow. Can you stop your growth today? No, I'll stop my growth. Your body will grow. It will be old, it will be young, whatever it, all the cells will change, it will continue. But change is possible on the background of the unchanging reality. Change is only possible if there is some unchanging substance behind, is it not? The waves are possible, only you cannot take out the wave, only. No ocean, only the wave. Can you pick up the waves? Waves cannot dance, run, unless the ocean, ground of ocean is there. So, so it is good. Give everyone this one. That is also, keep a copy of you. Thank you. Wow. Oh, good. Everything is online, but to get online is difficult. You can share also. So now, understand that everything is happening in time, from the nanosecond to the big time of millions and billions and trillions of light year. So all these are happening in time, and great principle came. And out of that, what happens? That great time, from that great time came the great principle, and the great principle came our ego. See, great principle, Purusha Prakriti, the ego. Ego is ahankara. Look at that, ahankara. It is giving the philosophy of Sankhya philosophy. Purusha is the consciousness. Look at the picture, Purusha. And then it leads plus Prakriti, unmanifested, primordial matter. Consciousness, this, mixed together. Then comes your buddhi, intelligence, discriminative faculty. And from that came our ego, I consciousness. As I say, I am eating, I am going, I am seeing, I am this. And from that came, see how all came mind and 5 subtle elements. So this description is little sattvika quality. Everything is embedded with 3 quality. Your body, mind, and your intellect and everything. Either it is more of sattvika quality or rajasika quality or tamasika quality. That makes a difference. Who are more sattvika, we call them godly people. They are called the holy people. Those who are rajasika, they are angry people, egotistic people, standing on their pride and arrogance, no? And then tamasic people, dull, careless, mean, unkind. So those are the qualities. So that 3 qualities are giving rise to same this division, how it coming. So it says, we have read that in verse number 23 we have read, from time, infinite time, comes the great principle. Great principle is, they have called mahat-tattvaṃ. And from that came ahankara. So that was 23, we read that verse. Then it came that the very ego, there are 3 types The ego becomes three types. It is not divided that way, sattva, rajas and tamas. Ego may be divided into sattika quality, sattika ego, rajasika ego, tamasika ego. On the variation of sattva, like rajas and tamas qualities, the five subtle elements are also verily generated from ego. From ego comes five, that's why you see five, you see ahankar, see the arrow coming down on the right side, creating five subtle elements. Five subtle elements, what are the subtle elements? They do not have any background, so you will have to go to... Five elements, everything is in the world, what you see? Air, no? Is there? Space, two things, water, fire, and earth. So the five elements. This body is combination of these five elements only. Our mind is also a combination of the five elements. Subtler thing makes the subtle part, mind, intellect. Grosser thing makes the gross things. So gross and subtle. So that's why they say that mind, the tamosika subtle, tamosika and you see on the right side, tamosika, ahankaro tamosika, that creating five subtle elements, tanmatras, and from that come five gross elements. And on one side it comes the five mind and five cognitive and five active instruments. That means cognitive instruments are what? Eyes, we cognize. Eyes, ears, nose, no? Smell, taste, touch, no? Tongue. These are called, we cognize. So that comes, and five active organs also come. What is called this? Bak, speech. Bak, pani, hand, we work through the hand. Feet, we walk, no? So, like that, five elements are created. That's written here. Speaking, holding, moving, procreating, eliminating. These are the five. But because they are coming down to explain to us what is this universe you see. You see the five elements gross. Water, you see the water, we drink water, we take shower in water. So water is a gross element we see. Similarly, you see the earth element. It is space element. So these are gross, I can see, I can feel. But when you dream, you go, there also earth, air, fire, all these elements are there. But not this like this. It is subtle. Is it not? Otherwise, how do you see in your dream? In your dream, what do you see? In your mind? Your mind creates the dream. Say yes or not. Who creates your dream? Your mind. Is it not? And then mind is subtle. Can you catch the mind here? No. We are subtle. Now even, mind is functioning. But can you catch mind? Like you're grabbing something, this pen, you cannot catch it, it's subtle. So similarly, that subtle mind has created whatever, there you find, there you breathe. In the dream body, don't you breathe? Don't you feel hungry? Don't you eat? Don't you run? Your hand, feet, eyes, everything is there. That's why it's called subtle. Not this one. Subtler aspect of this. So that's why they are saying the five organs, cognitive senses, and five active in the gross and in the subtle level. So that we read the other day. So now I will come to the today's reading. That on 25th verse they have said the five subtle elements, they transform into gross elements. From the sattika part of the subtle element, five sense organs have come. They are showing how from the subtle it has come to gross. To give some idea about creation, the question is that where from the creation comes? Actually it comes from your mind. To make that understand, look at the chart. It is your mind, intellect. Intellect and mind. There comes the ego. Where is your ego? Can you catch your ego? In your leg is ego, on your head is ego. Where is your ego? Your ego is all over your body. Huh? Also your ego is connected. It's mine. This is my house. This is my friend. No? So ego extends. So ego has no body, you cannot concretely hold. But from that's why in the verse number 25 we read, the 5 subtle elements transform into gross elements. From the sattvika part of that subtle element came gradually the 5 sense organs. They are known from the collective sattva qualities. And now then from there each organ of action like elements came from the collective rajasic qualities. Subtle elements come from the life energy. So it will be too technical for you people who are listening first day. But it is to be studied very well, deeply. No? It is a philosophy. It's called the Sankhya philosophy and also Vedanta philosophy. So in one day we cannot enter. We are a very technical area we are reading now. Now, today we are reading the verse, that 28th verse. Maya upādhi bhavet isha, Maya upādhi bhavet isha, avidya jīva-kāraṇam, avidya jīva-kāraṇam. śuddha-sattvādhikā māyā, śuddha-sattvādhikā māyā, ca-vidya-sa-tamu-mayi, ca-vidya-sa-tamu-mayi. Maya upādhir bhavet isha. Acha, this cosmic consciousness, suppose the whole, how this universe has come. According to Vedanta, Vedanta says it is come from the ocean of consciousness. How the waves, ripples, and all the beauty in this on the surface. Why you go to the beach? Look at with great joy the rambling of the waves and ripples, and you find ananda. Where it is coming from? From the ocean itself. But why it is happening? Because there is a wind blowing, no? That wind of desire. God desired, I shall be. The ocean is calm. That is called Brahman. No ripple. Perfectly peaceful. Now, that ocean said, I'll be many. Then the desire came, no? And then started all these ripples. How? By Maya. This wish, this desire is called Maya here, cosmic desire. You desire individual life, that's called the individual desire. Cosmic desire, God desired, there will be sun. That's why there is sun for all of us. There is stars. God says, there stars are there. You didn't create, no scientist created sun and stars. It is there, and it was there, it will be there by God's will. We say it is by God's will it has happened. So this verse says, Maya upādhi, by the upādhi. Upādhi means the limiting adjunct, which limits. With the limiting adjunct of the cosmic God, Brahman, bhavet isha. He takes the name God. Absolute cannot be limited in any, we are in the position of very high philosophy today. All the dualistic religion, Christianity, Islam, most of the dualistic religion, Hinduism, part of it, are dual entities accepted. God, God's creation, I am also a part of the creation. 2, God and I am created. I am a part of God, or I am just by a segment of God, no? But how God comes? Where from God comes? That response is not possible to be given by the dualistic people. You have to go to Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. It is said that there is only absolute one. How one becomes many? They say that is the magical power which was potent in that infinite reality, manifest as a personalized idea. Is it not? Like you are a musician, your music talent. Can I find out music talent and take out and put it here on the table? No. You and your music talent is there at a time. When you don't sing, we do not know you are a musician. So when the absolute Satchidananda does not try to manifest or desire to be many, there is no creation, there is no world, there is no you, there is no me, there is no sun, there is no stars. That is called absolute non-dual truth. That's called Brahman in Vedanta. One step down, he has a talent of music. He said, I will play music of diversity. That is called the by Maya power. What is the power? That power is called the Maya Shakti. That was inherent in Brahman. And when it manifests, then he is called God. And when he creates, then he starts creating. Major purpose that he wants to create. I am saying he. It is not he. It is not she. It is not it. It cannot be said. You cannot define what is that. If you define, then it becomes limited. If you say he, it is a gender. The infinite, where is the gender in it? So he, she, better we use this language just to understand something of the reality. So he says, the Maya upādhi hi bhavet Isha. The Isha, the Lord, God, who creates, who sustains, who maintains, who gives boon to us, whom we pray, oh Lord, 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 give me, no? That God is a personalized God. Impersonal God, there is neither you, no one to pray, and nothing to pray. Begin an absolute oneness. But one step down, when God, he comes to the God definition, the same reality, one step down, then his musical his flute playing or musical the things start vibrating in the whole universe, no? And the whole universe of vibration starts, and there comes Shiva and Nataraja. You have seen the Shiva dance? Shiva is standing and like that dancing that dance. The dancing power was inside Shiva. When he does not, he is lying flat, absolutely pure. That's why white, pure white is the form of the Shiva. And when he dances, the vibration starts and creation starts, no? That's called the Ishvara. So it happens by what power? It's called the upādhi. Upādhi means, it is a technical term. Upādhi means upādhi. You just juxtapose something on that. Say there is a rope. You juxtapose a snake idea. And you are going in darkness and you touch the rope, you jump out and cry, snake, 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 snake. That is juxtaposed. So absolute Brahman remains absolute. It does not change. But the power of Maya, it appears to be, he is called Ishvara, God, and we are called Jiva, individual. We are bound, he gives us liberation. So this duality starts playing there. So, the unlimiting adjunct of the collective ignorance, Maya, that creates God. So, got the point. Who creates this? Who created God? Well, no one other person. God's own power is Brahman's inherent power. Maya has created this universe. So Maya, what is Maya? Maya is his power. Very simple to say. The hidden power in Brahman is called Maya. When he exercises that power, as musician expresses himself, so the infinite, absolute Brahman manifests him in the form of this God, and then God creates this universe according to his plan. So it is called the Maya upādhi bhavet Isha. So Isha becomes Isha or God, God becomes God when Maya upādhi, when he takes suppose a person become playing in the role of a very, say, in old days, suppose for these children, they take a play of say, like a tiger. You put a tiger costume and you can play in that costume and people will see it's a tiger. But it is the person who is inside with the Maya, with the covering of the dress appearing like that. But the person remains the same. Person does not change. Who is playing inside, that Brahman does not change. But its expression as a world, it changes. So, Maya upādhi, then Ishvara, the limiting adjunct of the collective ignorance, create God. When God is God, when this cosmic ignorance called the Maya Shakti, it manifests through the Maya Shakti. And individual ignorance, suppose in you there is Atman, your pure nature. But how you have become this way? Your ignorance. In ignorance you are thinking you are a man, you are a woman. You are thinking that I am learned, I am not. I am rich, I am poor. Where all these ideas go? That's called the jiva.
But also that I am a sannyasi or not, that is also.
Huh?
I am a sannyasi or not.
Of course. Everything. You separate everything. I am Atman. Behind you there is I, no? Look at that. All of us. What do you say? I. It's an universal nomenclature. You also say I also say I. A baby says I. A Russian will say I. A Ukrainian will say I. One in any part of the world, in India they will say I, Hindu will say I, Muslim will say I. What is that I? In everyone, that I is constant member. That does not change. Is it not? When you were a baby, you used to say I. When you used to go to school, that time you said I. I did this, I said, I played. I have my friend, I. Now you went to college, that time you were I. I did this, I went there. I made this friend. I had this bad time. I had this good time. I. That I is not changing. Do you think that you are a changed person from childhood to today? There is not one thing in you which is not changing. I. Do you disagree, anyone? You ought to say I. I am also saying I. All the experiences, I say I had a bitter experience, I had a good experience, I had a good sleep, I have a good dream, I had a good trip, I have a good health, I have a bad health. I is common. Good, bad, health, hygiene, what you call the visit, they may change, but common I is behind all of us. That's why this second point comes. Individual ignorance. Cosmic ignorance, Brahman becomes Ishvara, God. Creator God, Sustainer God, who gives blessings and boons and redeems us. That's by the power of cosmic Maya, cosmic ignorance. But for me, individual ignorance, I have my ignorance. And that has made me forget that I am divine, unchanging I behind my changing experiences. Think every day. That's your Vedanta. You need not have to believe in a doctrine and dogma. Come to the religion and bow your head 10 times here and offer $5 here, $10 there. No. Analyze here. That there in each one of us there is one thing common. You are an atheist, you are a theist, you are a Hindu, you are a Muslim, you are a Christian. That's called it. Vedanta is the universal teaching. I remaining same in your own experience. I did not grow. That internal I who was standing behind our baby condition in my childhood age, my youthful age, my matured age, dying time also, I am dying. But I remaining the same. Am dying is an action going on in the body and mind. And body and mind is always changing. Just make it very clear. Body and mind and all experiences are changing. But inside, I never changes. That is the unchanging consciousness. So unchanging consciousness, when becomes individual ignorance added with the ignorance, becomes the individual soul jiva. I have become this. Why? I, the unchanging I, have associated with this body and the mind and my understanding and my memory make me what I am called this bundle I. This bundle is a gross bundle. But you see, this bundle is working behind this also I, unchanging I is standing now. And you go to sleep, go to bed. This consciousness will go, this body will go, this idea go. But I, and see there you are dreaming something. They remain the unchanging I. And seeing the dream. And seeing after time, you go to sleep. Then dream is also gone, this is also gone. I does not go. I remain. When you are deep sleep, everything is gone. But you say, I slept well. That means your I was awake there. So that's why we call I is called the unchanging I. This unchanging I, when it mixes up with this body, mind, etc., that's called the jiva, individual soul. This is called individual soul. We are all individual souls. By unchanging I, the Atman, in Sanskrit called Atman, self, capital S. In each of us there is a capital S. And this is the small s. When it becomes small s, capital S plus this body-mind complex added. That becomes the jiva. And for God also, God becomes God when? The absolute infinite consciousness added with this Maya or this cosmic ignorance. Maya is individual ignorance and for God, cosmic ignorance. Remember two simple things. Ignorance is the factor. But ignorance in individual self, it makes us this suffering personality, crying sometimes, smiling sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy, worries, anxieties, good health, bad health, all these things are going on with individual ignorance. Individual ignorance, that makes us jiva. And the cosmic reality, absolute Brahman, added with the cosmic ignorance, that is called Maya, that makes God and God's creation. So this, if you understand, then you got a cream of Vedanta. Just believe every day that in you there is an unchanging I. Catch that. You cannot deny. It is your own truth, your own experience. I is a ahanga-dhara. Ego flows, a flow of ego. And that ego never increases, decreases. It never dies. When it will die? Daytime it is always awake. You are sleeping time also he is awake and see the sleep. And dream time also he is awake. Everyone has some rest, but I has no rest. I, unchanging I in us, which is full of bliss, that I is full of bliss, full of joy, full of consciousness and reality alone. So that never changes. That never goes anywhere. That is the individual soul comes out of that pure I consciousness in all of us, plus added with our identification with this body, mind, etc. We identify now with the physical one, in the dream, with the dream body. You have a dream body. You identify there with the dream body. That's why someone is running. A tiger is chasing. You see, where is the tiger? And chasing you, and say, I am being killed. No? That I remaining same, identifying with this subtle body which is running in the dream. And that goes to the causal body when you sleep. You forget everything. Almost you are dead. But you come back again when you wake up. So that is the I, unchanging, added with individual ignorance called jiva. Got it? Unchanging consciousness added with individual ignorance is called jiva. Cosmic consciousness added with maya or cosmic ignorance is called the Lord, God, Ishvara. And Ishvara creates this thing, and we jiva also create. You create your dream. You create your world beautiful or horrible.
You create your philosophy.
Everything we create. You know, our life is all creation of ours. You can see with your mind being pure, you can see the world full of joy. A person who is in mind is cluttered, he is confused, sees so many things. People who are really mentally have some type of confusion in their mind, they see so many things, so many ghosts, so many people are around. But you are also sitting, I am also sitting, I don't see it. So I remaining unchanging with the play in the perception changes, it is my own creation. That's why spiritual life. We want to recreate what we are. We go back to what we are, not what I appear now. This is a mistaken identity, and I have made it by wrongly thinking. I am the body, I am the body, I am the body. You know, a baby has no sense of whether he or she, no? Mom and dad and everyone teaches, hey, you are a man, you are a boy, you are a girl. And we became a girl, we become a boy. We have no concept of any distinction. But we are being taught. So if we are taught from today, I am the consciousness. I am the unchanging consciousness. In me is that unchanging consciousness all the time, 24 hours, 365 days, all the time, timeless. I am the timeless I. Then you are free. Why do you identify with the petty things which are coming and going? Which does not change is the I. So it is very rational but difficult to grab. We cannot, that's why you go to God, oh Lord, help me, give me, serve me, take away my ignorance. We prayed. Oh Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Unreal to the real. This is unreal because it is changing. Take me to the real. We are praying. Why? You are already pure, unchanging you. But we don't look at that side. That's why we come to Ishvara, God. Oh Lord, I cannot do, please help me. No? So this is good. But absolute Vedanta says there is no such thing. It is your mental creation. You have misunderstood yourself and you have recreated yourself as a person, as a man, as a woman, as an educated person, as a rich person, as belonging to America, belonging to Russia, belonging to China, belonging to any other country, in Finland or Scotland, whatever you say, you are identifying, I belong to this. What is my birthplace? That is my place, no? So, but many people move from different regions. They are international people, multinational people. They don't identify with the country. So we can also get out of our limitation and go to that unchanging I in you. It is there. Now it is there. Before your eyes, there is some I, real I. I see. I, unchanging, see. I speak. I is there. On the ground of I, all these actions are happening. And this is called, is created by individual ignorance. It is called jiva. So two terms you got, Ishvara and jiva. And Brahman. Brahman, Ishvara, jiva. 3 terms. What is Brahman? Timeless, spaceless, beyond all causation, absolute, unchanging, cosmic thing. It's in the cosmic level. And now I look at me. Where is my cosmic level here? Yes, there is something. Go dive deep and think, I. Am I the body? Am I the mind? Am I the intellect? Who am I? I. I say I. This I or some bigger I behind me? This I changes, no? Today I say, he's an egotistic person. Oh no, he has changed so much. Now he has become very humble. What do you mean? Ego level, ego is changing. That ego is the relative ego. But behind that is the real ego. I, unchanging, it does not change. That's called this witness, drashta, shakshi, cheta, kevala, nirgunascha. Upanishad said it is called sakshi, means witness. He witnesses everything. Your day, your dream, your sleep, your past, your present, everything he observes only. So this is called the I, sakshi, drashta. Sakshi is the witness, drashta. Cheta is the only conscious entity. Nirguna, beyond all gunas. Kevala, only that. There is nothing but that. And Maya, what is this two? Both Maya and ignorance belong to the same category. But Maya means for the Lord, and for us we call avidya or ignorance. For us, it is petty. That's why you call avidya or vidya. Vidya means knowledge, opposite of all, avidya. And for God, it is called Maya. Remember, God corresponding with Maya, individual I connected with the ignorance, called the avidya or vidya. So, but Maya is predominantly śuddha-sattvādhikā Maya. But Maya, God created. But He is not deluded like us. We get deluded. We get attached to the things in life. We suffer so much. We cannot, as if we cannot get out of my suffering because my attachment, my greed, my holding on to things, no? But God creates like a child. He's pure. Child plays but no attachment. Did you see the children go for making some castle on the beach? They go and play. How seriously they do. And when mommy says, let us go, everything remains and the baby runs away. God is like that. He creates, but it is pure Maya. It is ignorance, cosmic ignorance, but it is purer level. It is pure. But for us, it is impure. That's why Maya, śuddha-sattvādhikā, adhika Maya. Maya is predominantly pure and sattvika. And avidya, our ignorance, is tamas. Made up. Tamas quality. Three qualities are there, no? Sattva is the pure quality. Rajas is little, you can say, rough covering, but you can see through it. It is like a red, covering the lamp with a red cover. This is the sattva. So see the light, you can see the light, but you cannot touch the inner light, which is burning inside, no? So that is the sattva. There is one covering, but that covering does not stop you seeing their brightness and brilliance. Now it is covered with a red tape or something. You will see the same light coming out as red, no? And also intensity of light reduces. The purity is reducing. Now you cover with a black tape over it. What will happen? There will be light inside, but outside no sign at all, or little feeble light. Our condition is like that. Inner light is all pure. I. It is all the time, whether you cover it with a glass covering, or you cover it with a red tape, and then you add with a black tape, but inner light remaining the same. So you see in the world people of different temperaments, people of heart, love, compassion, purity, no? They are like this. But it is red, ego, arrogance, superiority, sense of superiority. And tamas, dullness, callousness, meanness, brutality. This is as if no light inside, as if no sight of purity, compassion, everything is gone. So that's why it is called the tamas, avidya. So this verse, though I have read, it took the whole hour. But the point is that if you can get a little bit of this reading, then you know Vedanta in one day at least. You know the essence of Vedanta. There is no question of faith, my faith, your belief, my belief. My belief may be different. What does it mean? Truth will not change for that. I believe that there is no God because it is all tape. Taped in such a way, thick tape, no signal of light comes out. But there may be black tape, but little transparent. You can see little light coming out. And if you take in the red light, that also may be thick or thin. So this is the point. And you can take out that, then only you can see this light. Even then you can break the glass case. Then you go to samadhi. Then you merge into that truth. I am, thou art that. I am that. This uninterrupted consciousness loses its all surrounding bondage, and the cosmic consciousness, the Ved, the distinction which was created in the mind, dissolves. Then I am that. And that is called the highest experience in the Vedanta. You lose yourself. You die. We cry, I will die? This will die. You will not die. This dies for me every night when I go to sleep. So how many people remember you have a body when you sleep? Unless you are sleepless, you are not remembering your body. So this is the point. Spirituality means to go back to the inner realm of ours, removing the tamas covering, the black covering, black tape. Remove that. Then remove the red. And then remove the white. Go beyond and touch the light which you are. Eternal light, unchanging light. All the light of peace and joy. Okay? So, I can end here. Only one verse, 28. But this chart is only just, if you want to know the intricacies. It can be improvised a little bit, but it is available in the online, so we collected that. But we can do it much better. If you have any question, we can go for that. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanam Astu. Tomorrow is gospel class, and Swami Chit Brahmananda will give the gospel class. At 7:30 in the evening. And Nishant is always there to put some question. Hello Nishant, you are good that you are there always to have something. You have any question? You have? Okay.
So, God with form.
Yeah. That comes one step down. God with form, it is God. The first comes God, no form and no limitation.
So it comes out that.
Now, next comes God is infinite, omniscient, everywhere, but He has quality. That is the Christian God, which is called in Hinduism Ishvara, and Islam called Allah. There you pray, oh Allah, Qudat Allah, help me, I need. We pray also, God, oh Lord God, please do this to me. No? He has compassion. So quality, compassion, love, protection, redemption, all these qualities He has. Then comes God with name and form. Both name and form. There comes like Christ, like Buddha's human. And Hinduism has subtle gods like the Mother Durga, Kali, Shiva. They are the same with name and form. But they are not separate. In the form, they carry the power. The same power is carried. Suppose one big police officer, he has tremendous power, no? But when he goes in public place or doing something, he may be like an ordinary man. But does his power go? No, he has his power that is given power. It is always that manifest or unmanifest.
Does that mean, since they have quality, does that mean the personal God and the God incarnations, are they also ignorant? Because
separate.
Yeah. Treat them as separate.
Right.
It's a form of ignorance.
No, ignorance, but that ignorance does not bind him. Because he is fully aware. That's why, though it is ignorance, you are right, that's why it's called Maya. Maya, I am defining Maya equal to cosmic ignorance. I am using the term ignorance. Scripture is saying it is ignorance. But not small ignorance, it's cosmic ignorance. And cosmic ignorance, in big ocean, there is less pollution. In a small pool, there will be stagnancy, no? But the same pollution put into the Pacific Ocean, it is nothing, it will go away. The vastness of this. So, though it is ignorance, but that ignorance does not bind God, because He is omniscient. He knows, His knowledge, conscious. But we individual, small pool, so something dirt and dust has come. So I don't know, who am I? So all the dust is to be clean, clean, clean. My ignorance will be clean. Then I will understand that. But God understands that He is the absolute. This is the distinction. That's why cosmic ignorance has no bondage. Individual ignorance has bondage. We are trapped in the individual ignorance. Therefore we are in bondage. We cry and weep and suffer and joy and do all these things. Now the question, how to differentiate between ahankara and sakshi in the waking state? How to, we say I, no? Now, I read, I studied, I was talking. So this I, and how can we make out this I versus the unchanging I? Very difficult. You need to do rigorous analysis every day, every moment. As I am doing for last 40 minutes, it seems, it makes sense. Yes, there is some unchanging I. Rationally, I may not understand, but rationally says, yes, must be the unchanging I. Otherwise, who says we started our class at 7 o'clock? If there is no unchanging person standing behind witness, who will say at 7 o'clock, 7:30 we started the class? But it is now mixed with this little ignorance. Individual ignorance mixed, the unchanging I has mixed with the individual I. So it is very difficult to cut that level. So it needs rigorous spiritual practice. It needs rigorous analysis day and night. As we can analyze waking state, I know waking state, there is I. And I was in the sleep state, I slept, I was happy. And in dream state, I dreamt, no? So that I, but it is always mixed so closely. This, our petty I versus our big I. We have two entities. Ramakrishna said, kachami, pakami. Unripened ego and ripened ego. Ripened ego is the unchanging ego. That unchanging ego mixed with the individual ego. That's why we cannot separate out. It needs spiritual practice. It needs introspection. Every day to think again and again and again. Really, am I the combination of this body and mind? And this body and mind, which body you are talking about, which mind you are talking about? Today's body will not be the same tomorrow's body. My 10 years old body is not today's body of 80 years old body, no? And mind of the baby and mind of an adult is not the same. An adult mind is not the same as the old man. You go to the old man tottering over the stick and making, the world is different for that person, and a young person, all bright and all gloomy, or not bright and brilliant and singing and dancing. Everything is charming. The old person, there is no more. That the idea changes. So what is true then? There is nothing you can say it is true. It is changing. So this is to be analyzed. It's rigorous analysis. Buddha did it for years and years, sitting in that posture, no? Unchanging nature of the universe, but changing nature of the universe, unchanging nature of our own self. That is Vedanta. You go to church, matters little. You go to temple, matters little. You do whatever practice you do, but hold on to this point. So there is this difference can be done only in a very rigorous mental analysis. And every day, every moment should be who is analyzing this and whose mind is keeping in the cosmic level, pure level. Mind needs to be kept in a lofty level. So that you keep it in down, it goes in distracted objects. That means it's going astray. You have to withdraw that mind and focus on this point, that I have an unchanging eye. Let me look back. Why I am looking this side? Let me look back here. And if we can go to that unchanging, with your eyes open, you will see the world has changed. What is your mind? That is your vision. As is my glass, if it is red, I see red everywhere. If it is blue, I see blue everywhere. So the mind is like that. So, next question. Of course, in deep sleep, ahankara is not there, but because mind is absent, but that is analyzed only in waking. Is not it possible that I can be conflating the real self with asmita or ahankara or some more limited sense of egoity? Yes, at our present state, if we try to analyze, we will be confused with our limited I, with the big I. That may be. But again, don't give up. Analyze further. Then it will be automatically, you cannot hang on to that. You cannot hang on to that changing state, mistakenly thinking that is unchanging. My I, when it's getting identified with this object, that object, is a pure I attached to something else due to ignorance. So we have an unripened ego and ripened ego. Ripened ego appears to be unripened ego, appears to be ripened ego. You know, mango tree, if you have no idea of mango tree, in India we have seen so many mango trees, no? So if you, from a distance, you see mango hanging, you may think it is ripened. But it is totally hard. It is not yet. So it takes time. Unripened mango takes how many days to make it ripen? In the tree, it takes some days. In spiritual life also, yes, this confusion will come, but we have to, by our spiritual practice, go in and in and in, and then that pure I will be cleared in our conception. Achha, what is the relationship between witness consciousness and cosmic reality? The big I. What is the relationship between witness consciousness? There is no, so long you say witness consciousness, you have to understand what is witness consciousness. When you are talking about witness consciousness, witness means someone is observing and something observing. So long you say witness, there is duality. You have to reach a point, there is nothing to witness, nobody to witness. No observer, no things to be observed. So that, again, what I have discussed just now, it needs rigorous spiritual practice, self-control, day and night to think, who am I? Am I the witness? Am I the witness? Go on. At least you go to one step, to second step, to third step, to fourth step, no? And then ultimately you will reach there. But now we may confuse, that's true. But that is a period of spiritual practice. We will have to continue that. So, Sakshi, we can, another question, how shall I stay in my nature of witness? Yeah, that we can practice. That I am here, my body is here, but behind my body, someone is experiencing this. Who is that experiencing person? That's the I consciousness. So we can think again and again and again, and analyze and analyze and analyze. Your conviction will come. That's why in Vedanta they say, you need not have to do any other thing, only sravana, means listening as we are talking, Analyze in your own mind also, you sit alone. Sravana, manana, reflect deeply. Am I really so? Am I the witness? No, I am the body. 1,000 times my conception will turn back to the body. But no, how can I be body? Body is changing. Body is transforming every day. Every cells are being changed. Every how many years? 5 years or 7 years, all the cells of the body gets totally renewed. So what you are talking about you? Everything is gone. Everything is going in the flow. So analyze, and re-establish yourself. No, I am the witness. I am seeing my body. Somebody says, oh, see, I have become so weak. Huh? You have not become weak. Your body has become weak. Oh, I am so unhappy today because someone told me these harsh words. Harsh words, he has said. Where you are unhappy? In your mind you are unhappy. In yourself? No. It cannot touch there. Your body and mind is getting affected by the things of the world. So you are not the body, not the mind, but you are something else. So analyze. So this practice is to be done, and then everyone can think, who is in me? We call in devotion, God is observing everything. In the dualistic language, you say God. God is seeing. Don't say God, say witness consciousness. He observes everything. Another question, did all of Ramakrishna disciplines attain disciplines? Anyhow, did all of Sri Ramakrishna disciplines attain moksha? You mean disciples probably. Anyway, so yes, we hope so. Yeah, they have moksha means they are all, I hope so, because they did so much austerity and their life was transformed, and not only that, whoever came in their life, they got the benefit. So I think yes. But you can try. Main thing is let us try. Who has happened for whom matters little. If it has happened for XYZ, what is that to me? I am suffering. I am to get out of this problem. Problem is mine. Take it seriously. I am suffering because of my identification with the body and mind. Anything happening to the body, I cry, weep. No. And many people in the utmost health condition, they don't want to die. And death question, crying, why we are dying every second? Can you stop your death every second? In this 1 hour we have all changed. Can you stop it? So what is the point? Accept change is the nature of the body and mind. But I, the same person never changes. Hammer, go and dive deep. And you will find the joy. You will find your own response, not to look at who has got, who has not got. Of course they have, because the sign of spirituality is that they will be calm, they will be serene, they will not be affected so much as we are. They will also cry if they fall down. No. If you breathe, again, prashna. No more question. How does witness consciousness dissolve back in the higher self? Witness consciousness you need not have to do anything. You only think, I am not the body, not the mind, not this, I am that witness consciousness. Go back there. And hammer again and again and again. Go back to the witness consciousness. It automatically dissolves. You need not have to do. When the drop of water comes from the cloud and falls. How it will touch the ocean, you need not have to think. How the drop will be ocean, you need not have to meditate on that. You meditate how quickly you can come down and touch the ocean. Touch the ocean inside. The same ocean. Suppose, imagine in the Pacific Ocean, you are a wave. You are on the surface, looking at another form, another body, no? And now you think, no, I won't look at that. Let me look at the ground of my existence. Go down. What do you find? The same ocean. And the same ocean I will find. What about you? You go down. You find the same ocean. There is no two oceans, only one ocean. All this diversity, how it will happen, that question does not come, only to dive deep, it will happen. Thank you all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.